RamCountry.com proudly presents TNT Outdoor Explosion.
Welcome to TNT. This week, I take my good friend Richard to the Dark Continent to fulfill a lifelong dream. This is TNT.
TNT Outdoor Explosion is brought to you by RamCountry.com, Venture Out, HuntingTrophy.com, Logistics Experts, Dead Downwind, your last line of defense in the field, ESP Digital Hearing Protection, empower your hearing, Nature's Fury Nutri-Drink, find your fury, Obsession Bows, the fastest, most lethal bow ever made. Tink's Hunting Products, America's #1 buck lure. 4R Ranch, where hunting meets the mother road. B&W Trailer Hitches, the only hitch for the ultimate outdoorsman. Nichols Custom Guns, when you only have one shot, use Nichols Custom Guns.
Well, my friend Richard came to me saying that he wanted to go to Africa, and he knew that I had been quite a few times, and I was actually planning my 16th safari. So Richard asked if he could join along. I told him I'd love to have him come. So we were on the plane in June, heading to TDK Safaris. Well, we arrived in Africa late, so we stayed at a local B&B that I always stay at, and then early the next morning, we were on our way to TDK. Well, we got to TDK middle afternoon, and there was quite a bit of daylight left, so Richard decided to go ahead and go to the range and make sure that his rifle didn't get bumped in transit.
Here we are in the Waterberg area of South Africa with TDK Safaris and our PH Kevin. And as we always do, we're going to make sure the sights on our rifles were not disturbed in transit and get ready to do some accurate shooting.
Serious hunting.
Yes. sighted in now, so let's go hunting.
This week's TNT Tech Tip is brought to you by Dead Downwind, your last line of defense in the field.
Okay, well, I'm here at the Dallas Safari Club convention. Now, we all know how Coppersmith Hunting Trophy and Michael and these guys get our trophies home safely from Africa. We've done that many times. But Michael, we were talking about this, and regardless of the trophy, where it comes from, whether it's Australia, New Zealand, or Argentina, you guys can get it home to us.
We can from anywhere else in the world. We recommend that you contact us prior to your departure. We can get all your stuff set up for you, so when you get back, it's smooth sailing, and we can get everything cleared for you as quickly and as possible.
So what do you reckon? You're saying a minimum of 30 days prior to our departure, somebody should contact Coppersmith and get these right here.
Get those, and we'll get your power of attorney all set up. We'll get you in our system, and when you get back, you'll have no worries, and we'll get it all cleared for you as fast as we can.
Great, folks. You know, there's a lot of rules and regulations changing in the marketplace today. And one of the important things that you want to make sure is your trophies can make it home. So these guys work very closely with the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Department, as well as work with shipping containers and agencies all across the world. They've been in business now how many years, Michael?
68 years and been doing trophies for almost 25 years.
Okay, Michael, so be sure and tell the viewers where they can go to find out more information and learn about what they need to do.
Well, our hunting website is huntingtrophy.com, and all of our information, all of our packets, and all of our videos are up on that website. And
okay.
All of our information, you can find it right there.
So there's nobody better, I can assure you, to get your trophy home safe to your trophy room. Well, when someone goes on a safari, typically an impala is on the list, and it's a very representative animal of the country of South Africa. And so Richard, just as many other hunters, decided an impala was going to be high on his list. Well, after a couple days of hunting, Richard's PH finally spotted a big impala feeding with a wildebeest. So they immediately threw the sticks down, and Richard was able to get off a shot.
Nice.
Excellent.
He's a big boy, huh?
He's a nice one.
Well, Richard took a quick shot, and unfortunately it was just a little bit back. So his PH and Richard and the tracker did track the impala until they were about to lose light, and then they decided the best course of action would be to go in, have dinner, get a good night's rest, and be back on the impala track first thing the next morning. Well, after a very restless night, Richard was eager to get out the next morning, and luckily for Richard, they quickly found the impala right after daylight. It wasn't far from where they left it the night before, and luckily nothing had eaten it, so Richard had a trophy impala to bring home.
Richard, you shot this impala late last night, or late yesterday afternoon. We followed the tracks, but it got dark. We got on it early this morning, and we found it not too far from where we left it behind. Well done.
Thank you very much.
It's a tough little animal. They can go far with a shot, but we found it. Very nice.
Well, thanks to you and TDK. It was a great hunt. Thank you.
Nice hunting with you, Richard.
Thank you.
Well, another animal that was really high on Richard's list was the blessbuck, and Kevin knew a great area where the blessbuck would stay, and they're typically in a more open terrain environment. So they were off quick to hunt the blessbuck. Well, they were able to get on the Blessbuck fairly quickly, but unfortunately they were very elusive and Richard was not able to get a shot. So they decided to take a lunch break and go back after them in the afternoon.
This segment was brought to you by Nichols Custom Guns. When you only have one shot, use Nichols Custom Guns.
Well, Richard's PH Kevin spotted a really nice Blessbuck in a group, and so they decided that there was this perfect tree that would give them great cover to put Richard in shooting range.
Just make double shoot if you have the right. Nice, he's down. Nice. Good shot.
Well, they snuck in and Richard got on the sticks and made an absolutely perfect shot and dropped the Blessbuck in his tracks. Congratulations, Richard. That is one heck of a Blessbuck.
We're stalking this group of Blessbuck, and you brought us to this beautiful wild fig tree. It was a great canopy for cover, and the last male in the bunch of about what?
20,
20.
30 animals.
We were patient. You encouraged me to be patient, and when he stepped out, we made a good shot and were able to harvest him in a very, very good manner. I want to thank TDK, and thanks to you, Kevin. Thank you.
Well, I've been very lucky to hunt a lot of different animals in Africa, but one of the animals I haven't hunted is a reed buck. And the neat thing about a reed buck is they are typically a river animal. They hang in the thickest of thick, either in the river or right by the river. And they do have a lot of tall reeds right next to a small river on the TDK property. So we decided this would be a great place to start to see if I could get on a reed buck.
This segment was brought to you by 4R Ranch, where hunting meets the mother road.
Well, our plan of attack was to walk up and down the river, glassing from a higher point to see if we could look down in the reeds and spot a reed buck. And as we were working up and down the river on day 3, Dakota, my PH, spotted a very nice reed buck in the reeds. Well, we glassed a reed buck for a while, trying to come up with a plan of action how to get into bow range. And we finally decided that we were going to have to make a big loop and come in from the opposite way to get the wind right. And there was a mound there. And luckily, as long as that reed buck did not move, if I could just get to that mound, I should be in bow range.
Holy cow. Holy cow, Batman. We pulled it off. Through the reeds too. Don't normally like putting an arrow through the reeds, but when you're hunting a reed buck, it's common to find reeds around the buck. But now we have an arrow to match the reeds. Reed buck down. I can't wait to see this guy. I've been chasing him for a long time, and I was dreaming about trying to get him with a bow. And we have stalked and worked and crawled, and finally got lucky enough where we had the right situation. I was able to crawl up behind this mound, draw my bow first, then stand up over the mound, and he blends in the reeds. I had to find him and had to just quartering away shot, and had to just slip it in there, and luckily I did. So I'm pretty happy right now. Let's go look at him. Well, we've pulled this common reed buck up out of the reeds right behind me so we get a better look at him. What an absolutely phenomenal trophy. I've never shot a reed buck in my life, much less did it with a bow, spot and stalk. I really want to thank TDK Safaris in Dakota, because these folks have worked tirelessly and led us on some incredible hunts, and this was the fruits of our labor. We were very, very fortunate and blessed to get this animal today, and I could not be happier. This is a really, really great trophy. It's got excellent hooks, come all the way up. Just a great animal. And it was a little bit maybe of a tough shot because it's called a reed buck for a reason. They live in these reeds in the river, and you don't always get the clearest of shots. So we had to do some maneuvering and some crawling. But at the end of the day, we were able to get an arrow right where we needed in this guy, and he actually didn't take a step. So I'm very, very fortunate. If you'd like to find out more information about how you can come here and hunt with TDK, look on the bottom of the screen and we'll put their website up.
You know, this is a really great trophy to have, and it's not just about the reed buck, it's about the hunt. What a great experience, what a great hunt, and anytime you can get an animal spot and stalk with a bow, you know you've done something. Special thanks to TDK for this reed buck hunt, because it could not have gone any better. Wow, Richard and I had the time of our lives with TDK Safaris. Hey, if you'd like to find out any more information about sponsors or outfitters seen on the show, be sure and check out our website at tntoutdoorexplosion.com, or check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/TNT Outdoor Explosion. Thanks for watching this week, and until next week, remember, do what you love and share it with your family.
Closed captioning brought to you by ESP America. TNT Outdoor Explosion is brought to you by ramcountry.com, Venture Out, huntingtrophy.com, Logistics Experts, Dead Downwind, your last line of defense in the field. ESP Digital Hearing Protection. Empower your hearing. Nature's Fury Nutri-Drink. Find your fury. Obsession Bows, the fastest, most lethal bow ever made. Tinks Hunting Products, America's #1 buck lure. 4R Ranch, where hunting meets the mother road. B&W Trailer Hitches, the only hitch for the ultimate outdoorsman. Nichols Custom Guns, when you only have one shot, use Nichols Custom Guns.
Drive on the wrong side. You try to open the wrong side.